John, does it feel like you haven't been away?
A few things have changed,
yeah.
But you know, it's really been really good to come back.
Yeah.
You know, it's been what's been achieved last year. They have the improvement and stuff. It's been good to see, and you know, I've really enjoyed working with the coaches so far, and I'm excited for the group of the players we have and what I think we can achieve this year.
Yeah, I spoke to DTH earlier. We were talking about the potential of that back division you could put in out full strength. You know, it's exciting times when you go through the names there.
Yeah, and I think what's the most important part is that making sure that I think there's a fair bit of experience there now. We keep on top of each other, and you know, we've got to deliver on the field, but that comes from working hard in the week. And you know, yes, we might be. There's a group of individuals there that has got a lot of talent, but we've got to make sure that we gel as a unit and make sure that we're all on the same page, really. So yeah, you know, it's good to be a part of that, and I'm really excited about the prospect of, you know, hopefully playing a lot of rugby with the boys.
Yeah, I mean, you said a lot of rugby. Is things different now because of the dual contact nature of you coming back here, and obviously you only play certain games and stuff like that?
Not 100% sure on what the permutations of everything are, but you know, I think the boys on, you know, dual contracts, they get, you know, looked after a bit, but for me, it's, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a rugby player as well. So you know, I won't be shying away and stuff like that, but you know, it's when you're getting on a bit, a little bit. Yeah, I'm not defeated to that point yet, but it's all about maintenance really, and putting yourself in a good place. And you know, at the time, and it still is. You know, it's being back here is the right decision for me.
Yeah, I mean, was that a big part of the decision, John? Because obviously you look at the French season, and I mean, what they're back into round 3 or round 2 now already, and they didn't finish till, what was it, June, wasn't it? It was just
it's a tough slog last season, I gotta say. And you know, especially like boys who play international rugby, what I found the difficult part, I knew it was going to happen, but you know, after an international, you travel back to France in between, and Clermont wasn't the easiest place to get to, and you might be catching 2 flights and a train, you know. So for me, it was I was glad that they wanted me back, and yeah, I was happy to make that decision. I was grateful for the experience, but you know, at the end of the day, I think Welsh boys want to play international rugby, and that's the best part. And you've got to play for your region to get, you know, the best position to play international rugby. So, you know, that's what one of my thinking was last year when I made the decision. You know, I was watching the boys for the last 2 years when I've been in France watching the Scarlets, and you know, it was, for me, to play international rugby, which is one of the greatest honours a Welshman can do, is to be back in this playing for your club that you grew up supporting as well. Personally, it was put myself in a great position to be able to play international rugby, and you know, being involved in this group of players as well. It's very exciting, and you know, I'm glad to be back, and you know, I'm really enjoying my time.
You feel you've returned to a region that is more competitive and has better scope to kind of push for honours this season?
Yeah, much more. I think the time when I left, there was uncertainty with the regions and the union, and I think for me to leave at that point was the right time, and me coming back with the region is in a much better place. You can tell that with the boys, you know, speaking to them during the Six Nations last year and stuff like that. You know, you can tell there's a lot more, there's an edge about the boys, and there's a want to, you know, go on and push for silverware, you know. And I think being involved previously, you can see that there is a big improvement in the working week, the standards set by the coaches, and where the players have to drive it then.
And obviously last season was very successful to the Scarlets, up to a point when it didn't end the way they wanted it. Is there the hope that with the new signings that have come in, that the group is going to be stronger, more competitive this year?
Yeah, and I think if you look, the Scarlets were unfortunate last year, having like Scott and Liam out for a large portion of the season, where you got 2 stars there, and you know, that would have helped throughout the season. And you know, I think hopefully this, you know, a bit more strength and depth this year will help us, you know, push forward, you know, into the top 4. And you know, I feel that, you know, if we get there, you know, on any given day, I think this squad can, you know, beat anyone in the Pro 12.
Do
Do you think you come back to a stronger Pro 12 as a competition as well, John? I mean, you look what Connacht did last year, and the top 9 were all in the mix for the playoffs. It looks a much more competitive.
Yeah, it's a much better level playing field. I think there isn't much of a gap anymore, and that's great. I think you don't want any dead rubbers as such. You want to be tested week in, week out, and the league does look a lot stronger league, and it is exciting to be coming back and playing, and hopefully we can get a good start on the weekend.
Big start, Munster.
Yeah, very tough start. I think it's important for us to hit the ground running. I think if you win your home games, it puts you in a good spot in the league. So there's a lot of pressure on us to perform and deliver this weekend. And I think you've seen that at the start of the week. The training session, yesterday wasn't sharp as we liked, but you could tell that the season started. The pre-season's over, and we want to like I said, hit the ground running and deliver 4 points for the win.